Okay? Any questions on this hadith, by the way? So the hadith is simply that Allah has made silk halal for the women and Allah has made it haram for the men. Allah has made gold halal for the women and made it haram for the men. But of course, men are allowed to wear silver, right? That's considered permissible. Silver in terms of their rings specifically, right? And according to some of the scholars, it's just one ring. I mean, some people, they put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then they have multiple rings in one finger. They say, I'm following the sunnah. That's not really the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. The Prophet ﷺ either had a ring in the right pinky finger or the left pinky finger. That's what's reported. As for if you have 5 fingers, all of them are ringed, and then you have multiple rings, that's not part of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. In fact, some scholars, they say multiple rings is actually haram for men as well. The sunnah was he used to wear 1 ring, ﷺ. Okay? And that also is not extended over to bracelets and, chains and so on and so forth. So specifically, when it comes to the sunnah of silver, according to most of the scholars, it's a ring and that's it. That's for men, of course. For women, you can wear as much as you want. Now, so long as there's no israf, by the way. This is important. So long as there's no extravagance. That's very important. It's haram to be extravagant, period. Okay, that's why one day the Prophet ﷺ, he came to, he saw in the hands of one of the women bangles. So the hadith says, Hadith al-Tirmidhi, it says that masakatani ghalidatan. It had bangles which were very, very thick, very heavy, like really heavy bangles. So the Prophet ﷺ said, "Atu'addina zakata hadihi." Do we give zakat for this? Okay. So this Sahabiya, she said that no. So he replied to her. He said, "Atuhibbina an yusawwiraki Allahu bihima siwarayn min nar." Do you wish that Allah Azza wa Jal takes these 2 bangles and makes you wear 2 bangles of fire on the Day of Judgment for it? So the question is this referring to the idea that women have to give zakat for their jewelry? That's the first possibility. The second is it that they have to, is it that he was asking her because of the fact that they were very heavy and hence zakat was due on it? There's 2 possibilities. According to the Shafi'iyya and the Hanabila, they say all of the ahadith related to the zakat al-huli, the zakat of jewelry, is considered, they're all weak. So hence this particular hadith shouldn't be translated within that zakat of jewelry angle. Okay? This is the opinion of the Shafi'iyya and the Hanabila. And I looked at the hadith as well, they're all weak. So they explained this hadith and they said this is because the bangles were specified and it said ghalidatan, they were very heavy. And we know when it becomes such that it is beyond social norms. So some woman wants to flaunt her wealth, so she brings a bangle that starts here and finishes down here. Yeah. Right? So we're going to say this is haram because you're showing off and you're trying to, you're taking more than you can bear and so on and so forth. So, or even if you can bear it, it's extravagant, and extravagance is haram. So when it's haram, then you have to pay zakat for it because now it's no longer considered personal jewelry. Okay? And generally speaking, whenever there's ma'siyah, then any concession of the sharia is deleted. The principle is الرخص لا تناط بالمعاصي. Concessions are not given to people who are being sinful for what they're doing. Okay? So for example, someone says, I'm going to the beach and I'm going to be partying, and once I get to Langkawi, I'll be drinking there, I'll be doing all sorts of funny things. And then he says, but on the way I'll be doing qasr and jama'. I'll be collecting my prayers and shortening them as well. So is it permissible for him to collect and shorten now? No, because he's doing something sinful. Similarly, this woman, she has gold. Normally gold you have to give zakat for. Specifically when it comes to jewelry, you don't have to. But now she's being sinful by the type of jewelry it is. We'll say in that case, you have to give your zakat. Jameel.